കേരളം കണ്ട വ്യത്യസ്തനായ ഒരു ഗവർണറായാണ് ശ്രീ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാൻ ഇവിടേക്ക് എത്തിയത്. രാജ്ഭവന്റെ ചില്ലുകൊട്ടാരത്തിൽ ഒതുങ്ങാതെ ജനങ്ങളിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങി ചെല്ലുന്ന, ആദ്യം തന്നെ ഇവിടെ എത്തിയ ഉടനെ തന്നെ ദുരിതബാധിതരെ സന്ദർശിക്കാനായി വെള്ളപ്പൊക്ക ബാധിത പ്രദേശങ്ങൾ സന്ദർശിച്ച ഗവർണർ പെട്ടെന്ന് എല്ലാം തകിടം മറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഗവർണർ ഒരു ഭാഗത്തും പ്രധാന രാഷ്ട്രീയ കക്ഷികൾ മറുഭാഗത്തുമായി ഒരു സമരത്തിലാണ് എന്ന് തന്നെ പറയാം. നമുക്ക് ഗവർണറോട് തന്നെ ചോദിക്കാം എന്താണ് ഇതിലേക്ക് നയിച്ചതെന്ന്. News18 കേരളത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം.
സ്വാഗതം. Thank you very much.
Sir, for the first time in many years or many decades, the Kerala governor and the Kerala state government are on the war path, literally. On one side, you had the support of the general public, and suddenly Governor Arif Mohammad Khan is enemy number one for almost all the political parties on the ruling front and the opposition, probably except the BJP. How will you react?
I don't think we have government and me are on war path, not at all. In fact, there is complete harmony. There is no problem at all. Basically, we must understand what the governor's role is. Governor, we have an elected government in the state. We are proud of our democracy. The elected government has to perform the duties. The role of the governor is only to keep an eye and to ensure that business of the government is conducted in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. The law and order is the basic duty. So we did not have any difference of opinion on that, but because of extra governmental reasons, that is the political reasons, if some people feel that by speaking against me they can have some political advantage, I should not have any problem with that, and that is not going to affect me functioning, performing my duties, and my duty is on which there cannot be any. If I flinch there, if I do not that, then I will be committing a sin. And what is my duty? To protect, preserve and defend the Constitution and law.
We have observed Sri Arif Mohammad Khan as a governor who refused to be confined to the glass house of the Rajbhavan. You've been reaching out. As I was telling our viewers, you went to the flooded areas in North Kerala almost as soon as you came in. And you have been a politician yourselves. But suddenly, are you becoming a little intolerant towards the protests against you?
How? Give me some evidence how I am becoming intolerant.
The happenings in the Indian History Congress and you were very upset. You walked out without...
No, I did not walk out. I left only after national anthem.
Okay. But you did not finish your...
I tell you, no, I did not finish. I could not even start. You are saying I did not finish? I merely said, for governor's program is according to the protocol is of 1 hour duration, which includes my speech as well, which includes vote of thanks. But for 1.5 hours, I sat there listening patiently to all the unfair criticism which was being made of the law. But since you have raised these issues, not only you have raised the issue, you directly addressed me. This is what is happening in your own Elva. This is what Professor Habib, you can listen on video. So yes. Did he say this just to get it documented, or he wanted a response from me? So I said, now before I start my formal speech, I would like to deal with the points which have been made, the criticism which has been made. When Irfan Habib got up from his seat and he charged towards me, he was stopped by... I have started with this sentence. I feel I am right, but I may be wrong. How anybody can accuse me of intolerance? Protocol was being breached. Nothing was in order. I'm sitting there happily. I did not ask the organizers why you are departing from the approved program. How can anybody say I'm intolerant? I tolerated everything. But when I tried to respond, you know why Governor, the President of India or the Governor speaks in last? So that there is no argument after that. And it is a cognizable offense, it is a crime to try not just assault, even to prevent the President of India or Governor, according to IPC. It is a crime to try to prevent them from delivering speech, is a crime. Here, Irfan Habib, when he was stopped by ADC, he pulled his shirt. If I am not able, then they created such din there that there was no way I could have, in fact they created so much din, and I could identify the teachers from Aligarh. Then looking at them, and they were using foul language, let me also tell you that, abusive language from the audience. When I heard their abuses, then I addressed them. And I said, it is this behavior of yours which prompted Maulana Azad to say that partition came as a huge flood which took away with it all the filth, all the dirt, all the dust. But now I realize that in some potholes this water has stopped. It is stagnating and it is giving foul smell. It was at that point when they were using literal abuses. And then I realized that when they have created so much din, they don't want me to speak. You are saying that in my speech, I did not start my speech, except saying I inaugurated. And then I came to I wanted to address the issues which they have raised. They did not let me. In fact, I did not come even to CAA. I did not come to Kashmir. At this point itself, when I said that when you shut the door for negotiations, then you create, and I mentioned the name of Mahatma Gandhi inviting these people, including Nathuram Godse. At that point, Irfan Habib got up.
I've heard that you've known Irfan Habib for quite some time.
Well, I was, when I was secretary, I was a student of Aligarh. He was a teacher. He has never taught me. But I know Mr. Irfan Habib that during my time, 6 years stay in Aligarh, he must have had at least 20 physical brawls with the students, with teachers, so many people. He's like that. I have been told, and you can confirm it, that in 1977, when Morarji Bhai became Prime Minister, so by virtue of his office, he became Chancellor of the Jawaharlal Nehru University. He misbehaved with Morarji Bhai in the meeting of the court, and Morarji Bhai, when he told him, you will leave on your own, or shall I call somebody to drive you out, then he apologized. So I was not surprised at all, because I know him since long. Personally, I had never had any encounter with him. But I know so many cases.
We remember Arif Mohammad Khan as a politician before throwing away your cabinet post, not once, but twice, from the Rajiv Gandhi government, from the VP Singh government, because you felt certain things they were doing was not right in principle, in ideology or politics. You left. Now, as a governor, you see a lot of protests here. In a democracy, don't we also have the right to protest?
Dissent is the essence of democracy. You have every right to have a different opinion, but you don't have a right to create disorder. Not right to, you have right to protest, but not to violence. In fact, what is the definition of terrorism? When you use violence, muscle power, physical power, to impose, to force others to accept your views. That is what terrorism is. You have every right.
But you had summoned the Chief Secretary, sought a report from him.
Not really.
We saw the State Police Chief, Sri Lognnath Behera.
I did not summon anybody.
Anyway, Chief Secretary came?
They came to me.
All right. Have you filed any report, or will you be filing any report to the Union Government or the President's office?
I have told many people. These things, because you ask me, about these people. So I told you, they cannot be unaware and oblivious to their duties. They came to meet me. But as far as I am concerned, these things do not rattle me at all. I have faced much worse situations. The same people who were raising din here, among them Jamia Millia. I had gone there after Shahbano, and I was minister at that time, VP Singh's government. There were more than 20 people in my security. Professor Mushirul Haq, Vice Chancellor of the Kashmir University, was killed by terrorists. That day was a very busy day for me in Parliament. After finishing my business, I rushed to his house and walked with the funeral procession for almost half an hour. But by the time we reached the gate of the graveyard, it was already dark. And suddenly there was blackout. And within seconds of the blackout, somebody hit me by a rod from behind. I became unconscious. It was here, my head was split. I fell down, and while falling down, I was calling out to my security men not to open fire, not to open fire, not to open fire. And then I do not know what happened. After about few hours, I found myself in All India Institute of Medical Sciences. They had whisked me away very fast there, and the doctors had said that if there was delay of another 10 minutes, it was wide open. So I have seen much worse situations. This does not bother me at all. I am not going to even allow my staff to report to anybody. I enjoy such situations. I have no problem.
The state government, led by the Chief Minister, has stated very clearly that they are not going to implement the CAA in Kerala. Will this stand legally, constitutionally?
I don't know. But one thing I know for sure. Any Malayali speaking person anywhere in the world, Kerala, in other states, or even in Gulf states, or in UK or USA, if you are a Malayali speaking person, what the other person will think about? You have come necessarily from Kerala. You cannot be a foreigner. And if you have come from Kerala, you are an Indian. So one part is over. Nobody is going to, you have document or you don't have document. You cannot be from anywhere but India. Now the other part, this is meant to deal, generally the discussion is about two issues. The other part is presence of illegal immigrants. Nobody in Kerala has complained there are any illegal immigrants. So where is, whether you say it or you don't say it, this law has no validity for Kerala. This law comes into play only if there is complaint that there are illegal immigrants. They may belong to any religion, but there is not a single complaint here. For Kerala, CAA is a non-issue. But if some people want to use it to pursue their political agenda, everybody has a right to do it. Why I should comment on that?
A special session of the Kerala Assembly was on today, it just got over. Just a while back, a near unanimous resolution was passed asking for the scrapping of CAA. For the first time probably in India, a state assembly has passed a resolution asking or calling for the scrapping of CAA. How will you react to it as a governor of the state?
It's a democratically elected body. If they are giving a viewpoint, we must look into that. And it's even if an individual airs his opinion, that cannot be rejected. That has to be, we have to listen to that and address it on merits. deal with it on merits. So I won't say that this is something enormity or no, not at all. They have a right. They are merely passing a resolution. They are making a request. So I'm sure the people concerned will take notice of that.
As the governor, you would have given the clearance, or it has to come to the governor before assembly session is.
Session will be convened by the governor only.
Which is we asked.
Governor,
were you aware
governor,
that they are
no,
convening
even
it
if
for
I am aware, yes, I was aware. I am not going to stop that. I'm not here to stop democratic exercise. I am here to ensure that business is conducted in only as far as my functions are concerned. That business of the government is conducted in accordance with the constitution and law, and the constitutional machinery is in place. I am normal discharge of my functions. I am to be aided by the Council of Ministers. For the exercise of my discretion, I am independent.
The protests in Kerala are also giving a message, right? Though they are not.
I was in Delhi last week. Media people asked me that government of Karnataka has said that it is people from Kerala who were responsible for violence in Mangalore. I said I am not aware of what has happened, but as far as my experience goes, Keralites can show you black flag, they can show you placards, they can shout slogans, but they are not given to violence. And all Delhi papers have reported it. You must have seen it. Like, governor defends people of Kerala, and that is my duty.
Now, the explanation that is coming from the people concerned in the union government about CAA is that it's not against Muslims. But you can also see that it's not just Muslims who are on the protest path. And it's not just students from Jamia Millia or Aligarh Muslim University. There are people from JNU, there are students from IIT, from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, who are out on the streets protesting. So it's at least the message they're trying to convey is that it's not against a particular law or something against Muslims. It's against a law that goes against the spirit of India, the Constitution of India, which says there will not be any discrimination.
That people in Kerala generally have a strong sense of empathy. If they feel their neighbor is feeling agitated, without knowing the cause, they will go and join him. I have made this point also. That is, in fact, those who are protesting, the youth must be idealist. And if they have this thing in mind, then that must be appreciated. I appreciate that spirit with which they are protesting, but they have been misinformed.
Now, let me draw your attention to certain criticisms against you. One, in the speech made at the Kerala Assembly today, the opposition leader, Sri Ramesh Chennitthala, said that you must always remember the stature of your post. 2, you must forget your politics of yesteryears. You must rise above politics and understand the mood of the people. The other day, the State Secretary of the CPM, Sri Kodiyeri Balakrishnan, said the governor should resign from this post and get back into active politics. And there have been other leaders of various regional parties also alleging that the governor is playing politics. Are you missing active politics? Is the politician in Arif Mohammad Khan overshadowing the governor?
If defending the law of the land makes you a politician, then all those who are holding this position, I have already told you, any legislative measure passed by Parliament or Assembly does not acquire the status of law unless it has been assented to by the Honorable President. In the case of a state, by the Governor. I ask you, if Kerala Assembly passes a law, I give assent. They pass a bill, I give assent, it becomes a law. And in my presence, that law is being criticized. What they will expect from me? I am here I am not on an elected post. I am here as representative of the President of India. This law has, this measure has received the assent of the President. If in my presence, a measure, a law which becomes law only after President has given his assent, is being criticized, is being ridiculed, is being described as unconstitutional, anti-constitutional, all kind of thing. Is it my duty to defend it or not? I am representative of the President of India. Shall I not be failing in my duty if I do not do so? And I have already said that you know my background. If I have any difference of opinion, then even before that had become a law, the very day on which bill was introduced in the House, I resigned from my ministerial position because I was not in agreement with that. If I have any problem with this law, then I won't be sitting here. I will go back home. But if they feel that by criticizing the constitutional head of the state, it helps them to consolidate, or it helps them in their mutual competition to secure votes of a particular group, I wish them all the best.
Now the census is following, the National Population Register is following, and probably will soon have a citizens register. Now the leader of the opposition once again has said that the questions in the census are scary, asking about religion, caste, sub-caste, whatever. So and he has also asked the Chief Minister not to provide any assistance and not to implement the NPR in Kerala, because without the state government's cooperation it cannot be done. Is there cause for concern there?
I tell you, who started this process? 85, the then Prime Minister Shri Rajiv Gandhi signed accord with AGP. Who brought in this register? Then in 2003, when Shri Manmohan Singh ji was the Prime Minister, then clause 14 was added to the Act, extending the scope from Assam to all India. Recently, a video has been released. The then Home Minister Chidambaram is speaking on this. Then they were playing a joke on the people of this country when they brought all these things. Now they have woken up and they realize, then at least one thing is there. They should tender an apology to the people of India that whatever we did was wrong. Then start opposing CA.
One more thing, very personally, in the Delhi journalist circles, there is a talk that, yes, as the governor, you're bound to defend this act, but at the same time, personally, you had a feeling that this should have been done in a better way, with proper consultations, or is just a rumor?
No, not at all, not at all. In fact, I feel it has been delayed. This is a promise. Are we not going to honor the promise which the father of nation has made to these unfortunate people? Absolutely. I am absolutely convinced that we failed to do our duty to them as long as we did not make this. They had not demanded partition. They had become victim of the partition. It is our duty, particularly when we are cognizant of the fact that these people are fighting for a free India where they will enjoy equal rights.
Thank you for finding the time to talk to News18 Kerala.
Thank you very much.